This is one-on-one session with the Forum IAS founder and director Ayush Sir. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
May I come in, sir?
Please come in. Vikas,
Yes, sir.
if you are comfortable, you can let go of the mask and place it on the table. If you are comfortable.
Sure, sir.
Vikas, when is the date of your interview?
Sir, 18th May.
So, Vikas, are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Did you have anything for breakfast?
Yes, sir.
What did you have for breakfast?
Sir, fruits.
You had fruits.
Yes, sir.
All right. Only fruits?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Vikas, introduce yourself to me.
Sir, my name is Vikas Ruhela. I am from Seekar, Rajasthan. I did my graduation in engineering from Punjab University, Chandigarh. After that, I worked in 3 organizations. First in IT, second in SBI, and after that, I worked in ITBP as assistant commandant.
So, you worked in ITBP as assistant commandant. You worked in information technology, IT sector
Yes, sir.
services. Tell me, what is the reason behind IT services being such a hit in India, whereas we could not deliver on other sectors of the economy such as industries or manufacturing? Why IT became so hit in India?
Sir, basically because IT is a services sector, and in services, the infrastructure requirement is that not high, which is required in manufacturing and other sectors. So, due to just knowledge of certain languages and certain platforms, one can do good in IT sector, sir.
Okay. No, so think from a global perspective, they are looking and India is there on the world map when it comes to IT. We have the IT giants.
Yes, sir.
So it's a services sector, so cost is less. Any other reason?
Sir, initially we started with the BPOs and KPOs, which created a base for our IT sector, sir.
With respect to engineers, did we have any benefits that made us at least having the skilled workforce that is needed for IT?
Yes, sir. We are having very good engineering colleges which helped us to create a workforce.
No, engineering colleges came after the companies came, to be honest. First, companies were there. Then, to cater to those companies, we had mushrooming of engineering colleges in the south.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason that Indians were able to quickly monopolize the IT services sector?
Sorry, sir. I cannot.
I'll give you a hint.
Sir.
Language.
Yes, sir. So we because in our education system we have inclination towards English language, so which supported us to become a global leader in IT sector, sir.
So you worked as a software engineer in Infogain India Private Limited.
Yes, sir.
What sort of software did you make?
Sir, basically it's a integration software development company which tries to create a interface between the front end and back end. For example, let's say we have Amazon. So Amazon front end which we use, and there is a back end called ERP and the supply. So we as a software engineer, we have to create a link between these 2 platforms.
You worked also as a deputy manager in State Bank of India.
Yes, sir.
We recently had a female chairperson
Yes, sir.
of State Bank. Can you tell me her name?
Shrimati Arundhati Chaudhary.
All right. She has written a book. Are you aware of the name of the book?
No, sir. Sorry.
Do you think that there is a case for privatization of the banking sector?
Sir, privatization of banking sector will have negative impact on financial inclusion, as even RBI report also says so. The privatization, the merger can happen in some parts, but the privatization and merger should not go. Basically, we should have a sizable proportion of banks in India, public sector banks, basically.
So you were saying that we should not go for complete privatization. There should be coexistence of big public sector banks.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason that whenever we see of which is having more NPAs, the public sector banks or private banks?
So the public sector banks.
What is the reason for it?
Sir, the biggest reason is the political interference in the working of the public sector banks. Also, there are some small chunk of NPAs are due to the agriculture loans or due to the MSME loans. Like the Mudra scheme is also created some kind of NPA in the public sector banks, sir.
So that itself is political interference, right?
Sir.
A political mandate is given.
Sir.
That is why there is a case for privatization. Then how are you are defending it?
Sir, but the privatization will also have a negative impact on the financial inclusion and all the people of
But
country.
it will not have a negative, if we don't privatize, then it will have a negative impact on the balance sheet of the bank, and the bank will go down. So what is the way ahead according to you?
Sir, that can be catered for, because if we ensure the staff accountability during the loans, so we can can remove the NPAs from the banks.
Most of the times customers complain, and there are internet memes that SBI always has lunch time. What is the issue here actually?
Sir, this is not this problem is not for every branch of SBI. There may be some incidences of that kind, because of which this creator is basically a news or meme or everywhere, sir.
So you're saying that these are only specific incidents,
Yes, sir.
of certain branches.
Yes, sir.
But when a meme is created, everybody almost feels that it is true.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's experience converges. What is the problem here? What is the root problem behind customers not being satisfied with the State Bank of India?
Sir, there may be some incidences of basically the behavior of the bank staff with the consumers, which has created this kind of scenario, sir. Because what happens that there is a huge workload in the banking sector, and because of that huge workload, the customer relationship are sometimes not that good, sir.
What is the reason for the huge workload?
Sir, because the banks have to cater for lot of government business, sir.
But they're making money also. They can hire more people.
Yes, sir, but there is basically it will take time, sir. It's happening because if you see the new SBI branches, the InTouch branches, the tech branches, you can see that the customer service is very good there, sir. So it will, with due time, it will come, sir.
Where are you posted in ITBP?
Sir, my last posting was on South Bank of Pangongso in Leh.
Where was it last posting on?
South Bank of Pangongso. Sir, the name of the location is Thakung.
Where is it located?
It is located just in front of Chushul, where all the incident happened with the China.
So what incident actually happened with China? Can you tell us a first-hand story?
Sir, initial incident what happened on 5th of May 2020, when there was one officer from Kumaon regiment had some altercation with the officer of PLA. After that, the issue mushroomed, the issue get bigger on 18th of May on Northern Bank of Pangongso, where there was a fight between PLA and Indian Army. And after that, there was an incident on Galwan on 15th of June. And on the South Bank, the incident started on 29th and intervening night of 29th and 30th of August, when the huge number of PLA personnel came near to LAC. And after that, they moved to Helmet Top and the Black Top. So this was the starting of that incident. After that, Indian Army as well as ITBP moved up to the heights and tried to and occupied those heights, sir, on Kailash range.
What do you think is the likely impact of the Russian invasion of Ukraine on Indo-China relations?
Sir, basically, India is...
First, will it have an impact according to you?
Yes, sir. Because it shows that the West will not be in position to help any country against, because in Russia-Ukraine issue, we have seen that the West is not able to support Ukraine in a big way. And similarly, if there is some incident between India and China, it will be, China will think that West will not even be there to help India. So the China's aggressive posture will be, I think, in my opinion, it will improve from now on, sir.
Vikas, what is your optional subject?
Sir, political science and international relationship.
What was the reason for resigning from the Central Armed Forces?
Sir, I was not getting enough time to study for the civil services, and I always had a dream to clear civil services. That is why I resigned. And in last year, my wife got selected in the civil services, so I get a financial and emotional support from her, sir.
Do you think India has handled the Russia-Ukraine crisis diplomatically very well, or have there been certain lacunae according to you?
Sir, I think India handled very well. India focused on the basic tenets of diplomacy, that is dialogue. And India showed that it was always against the aggression or the war. However, India also shows its strategic autonomy in this incident, sir.
External Affairs Minister has said that our policy on Russia-Ukraine has been based on 6 principles.
Sir.
Can you tell me what 6 principles is the minister talking about?
Sir, I can name few. So first, he says that there should be dialogue and diplomacy. There should be humanitarian support. There should be immediate cessation of the war. There should be support to the Ukraine population, sir.
Why is political science called a science?
So political science is called science because it was taught to the masters or the kings, and they try to make sure that the justice is there in the society, sir.
Anyway, so you think it is called a science because it was taught to the king's children so that there is justice in the society?
Sir.
No, that is not why it is called a science.
Sorry, sir, I am not able to recall, sir.
Then you say that you don't know why you are saying such things.
Sir.
Don't answer questions that you don't know.
Sir.
Okay. You read non-fiction books. Can you name some books that you have recently read?
Sir, recently I read Samuel P. Huntington's Clash of Civilization. Apart from that, I was reading the Why Nations Fail and Rachel Carson's book Silent Spring.
Why nations fail? What is the theory that is given that why nations fail?
Sir, basically the authors talked about the political failure of political institutions in different countries. So the author showed that if we talk about Mexico and USA, they started getting independence, or they started developing at the same time. However, due to the political institutions, there is a difference between the current nations.
You also do trekking. Where have you recently trekked?
Sir, I went to Tungnath. It's in Uttarakhand district.
Uttarakhand district?
Sir.
Or Uttarakhand state?
Sorry, sir. Uttarakhand state.
You've been a campus ambassador, Sun Microsystems and Ubuntu.
Yes, sir.
What is the literal meaning of Ubuntu?
Sir, it's a South African word which says people coming together.
Why civil services?
Sir, I always had a childhood dream to be in civil services, sir. Because a number of my family members are also there. So from childhood onwards, I've seen them working in the field, sir. So I had an inclination towards civil services.
All right. Thank you. Your interview is over.
Thank you, sir.